Bum, 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 bum. Practice test time. First one, probability. The student chosen at random likes science given that she likes art. So when you're doing this, you're looking at the probability of art given that they like art over probability art and science. So this already gives you the percentages. Because the probability they like art is already 35%, so given they like art, and this one has also art and science is 18. So this would be 51%. So again, the second one, you could do this one of two ways. You can either use the equation. First, I'm going to write down 7 black dress, 2 black ankle, 4 brown dress, 7 brown ankle. What's the probability that a sock chosen is brown or dress? So if I use the equation, find the probability that it's brown. So you're adding up your 2 brown, and that'd be 11 out of 20, because your total is 20. Or, so you're adding the probability it's dress. So add up your 2 dress, that's also 11 out of 20. Now one thing, if I just did this and that was my answer, 22 out of 20, that doesn't make sense. You should never have a probability greater than 1. Because you have to subtract the brown and dress. So my brown and dress is this number right here, so I have to subtract that off. So minus 4 out of 20. So that is give you 18 out of 20. Or you could look at this and say, I'm looking at brown or dress. So this one's dress, so that one counts. Brown or dress, that one doesn't count. Brown, dress, brown dress. So those are my 3 options. I could add up 7 plus 4 plus 7. That would also give me 18 out of 20, which is the same thing as 9 out of 10. That's a 9 or 90%. Next one. Given that, so this is given that they are 6th period. So this is my given that 6th period. So that's my total. I already know that for sure is true. They're coming from 6th period class. What's the probability? They watched more. Did you watch more than an hour? So that's a yes. These people watched more than hours. So that'd be 6 out of 13 or 46%. So this is kind of just like the sock one. So again, I'm going to write out 7 blue cube, 4 blue sphere, 3 green, that's it, see, and 6 green sphere. So we could do the probability that it's green. So if I add up my greens, that's 9 out of 20. Plus my probability it's a cube, give me 10 out of 20. And subtract, just subtract the probability that it is a green and a cube, 3 out of 20. Or you could think of it this way. Look at all my greens. So here are my greens. Look at my cubes. Here are my cubes. And just make sure to count that last one just once, because that's the reason why you have to subtract this one, is because in these 2 probabilities, you counted it in both. So you have to subtract it once. Either way, you should get 4/5 or 80% chance of green, or, so adding cube. So first question, it says or. So it's one or the other. When you have an or, they're mutually exclusive. You add them together. So 14 plus 77 would give you 91%. Come on. And that's saying you're doing something and then you're doing another thing. They're independent, so you're not changing the total. So you multiply and you multiply. So if I multiply those together, I get roughly 28%. Next. What's the probability it's a multiple of 3 or 4? So first I have to look at my total. I have a total of 8 different sectors there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm looking at numbers that are a multiple of 3 or 4. So we're looking at 3 and 4. Now, on my answer key, I thought it was or, and it says and, so I have to look at the numbers and think, are they divisible by 3 and 4? 24 is divisible by 3 and 4. The next one would be 36 is divisible by 3 and 4. 18 is not. 10 is not. It has to be both 3 and 4. 12 is. All the ones are not divisible, so it would be 3 out of 8, which is 38%. percento. Last one on this page. So it says, given that, it's junior, so I'm looking at this total. Know already for sure that's a junior, so that's my total. So total 34. What's the probability they like afternoon classes? So it'd be 2 out of 34, or 1 out of 17, or 6%, or 0.059 as a decimal. Those are all acceptable answers. What's the probability that experimental, so whatever you did, that's what the probability you're using. So 24 out of 40, which is equal to 3 out of 5, or 60%. Six singers from 9, so order does not matter here because you're just picking the 6. It doesn't say that they're first, second, third, or fourth. So if you plug that into your calculator, you get 84. If you plug the next one into your calculator, you get 70. Next would be 56. Order does not matter. Order matters. So, in how many ways can you have 10 players be listening to the program? So, this is where order would matter. It's a P, because it would be different. When you list your name first or last, it would be different. And you have 10 players, and you're choosing 10 of them. So, yes, when order matters, and you have larger numbers that you're using, your number is going to be larger. That's an 8. So, okay, but it's an 8. How many different orders? So order matters here. 3, choose 3. 6. At a yogurt shop, you have 3 different flavors, and you're choosing between 12 toppings. So you multiply them because we don't have one total. So if I do 3 times 6, I get 36 different ways I can choose frozen yogurt and a topping. Bing, bada, boom. Practice test. Second part, probability. Awesome stuff. Have a great, grand, wonderful part of your day that you're in right now.